Hello, Dan Mowinski here, Certified AI Consultant and Chief AI Officer. Today I'm going to be doing a quick run through of how to create a B2C leads campaign with the Lead Hacker. So first thing you're going to want to do is go into app.powerofai.ai and log in to your software. Then from here, please make sure that you've watched this. If you haven't watched this, it's just a couple minutes. Watch it. It's going to help you give you a full understanding of the platform. But I'm going to skip this for now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head on over to Lead Hacker. Now, once you get inside of Lead Hacker, this is what you'll see. Now, if you've already had leads, that you'll see how many contacts you've had, and make sure you configure your billing information in here so you can actually purchase the leads. So as of this recording, the B2C leads are $1 each. Now, this includes the advanced information as well as the basic information. So if you want more information about the leads, which I'm going to cover here in a second, you can do the advanced. If you just want the basic information, you can just get the basic. Now, how we get the leads is more important than what the leads actually are themselves. So these leads are based off of what people are actively searching. So if somebody is actively searching for a specific product or service right now in a specific geographical location, that's how we get this information. This is not leads from a list. We're not looking at job titles and people that look like they're a good fit. We are looking at buyer intent. So think about it. If somebody is searching for plumber near me right now, or roofer near me, or broken roof, or fix my roof, something along those lines, within your target market zip code, then we will see who they are. We will get their name, their email, sometimes their phone number, their address, things like that. So you can retarget to these people directly. So this is not a list of people that are just there. This is not a list that somebody filled out a form a year ago. This is people that are actively searching for your product and service right now. Now, you have to pay attention. You have to remember that they do not know you. They do not know your product. They do not know your brand, most likely. So you have to warm them up. These are not hot leads that have filled out a form and have given you their information. You have to market to them appropriately. You have to make sure that you have the right offer, and you have to touch them or reach out to them more than once to get the sale. All right. This is not a you hit them once and then, oh yeah, I'm going to buy from you. This is all about marketing. And what I highly suggest you do is you take this information, you send them cold emails, you send them meta ads, which we're going to go over in a lot more detail in a different video, and reach out to them multiple different ways. That's how you win with these leads. All right, so how to set up a B2C campaign. Once you add the money in here, you can go to B2C. Now, once you do this, you can either create a new campaign or you can see what you have currently. So as of right now, we're going to actually create a brand new campaign. So the first thing is you're going to want to enter the campaign name. Now, I highly suggest that you have a campaign name that is the same for all of your different campaigns. So what I do is I have the name of the company, so my client, and then the month that I start the campaign. So right now it's July 26. So I know that's when I started this campaign. Now, this one is a B2C campaign, and then you can choose who you want to target. So if you're a roofer or a plumber or a service-based business, you're not going to want to target the entire state, most likely. You're definitely not going to want to target the United States. And remember, this is only good for inside of the United States. Now, once you do that target, so let's just say zip code, or you can do the state. So if we do Colorado, and then from here, you can actually choose up to 10 cities. So we can do Westminster. There you go. Westminster, Thornton. So we can do up to 10 different cities if we want. Zip codes, you can add more zip codes than you want. 90210. Okay. All right. Now, this is the data that you can choose. So you can get the basic information. So get their email address and their home. So that's just the basic information that you get. If you want to do the phone number, you can do the phone number. However, read this, all right? You have to agree. These numbers, you should not be calling these numbers. We are not giving you the numbers to call. If you do call, that is on your responsibility, and you have to make sure that this is accurate. But these numbers are being pulled from Meta, where they're used for retargeting purposes. Please see the Lead Hacker Q&A in the classroom of my school community. These numbers are for retargeting purposes, not to call them. All right? Do not use these numbers to call people. Retargeting inside of Meta, that's what these numbers are for. All right, so if you do want the phone numbers for retargeting Meta, go ahead and do that. Now, if you would like more information, you can click more information. As of this recording, like I said, the leads are $1 each. So if you want basic information or if you want all information, it's the same. So you might as well get all information. But if you don't need it, do the contact re-identification. So if you found this lead in a different campaign, this is where you can say, I will not bring them into a new campaign if you don't want to. And then you can check and see if they're in other campaigns, or if you can find them in one, how long it'll take to not bring them in this campaign. So I suggest 1 year, and I do suggest that you check if they are in other campaigns. So then that way you're not reaching out to the same person for different campaigns that you may have. And then this is where you choose your keywords. So make sure you choose your keywords accurately and appropriately. And this does take some testing. So what you're going to want to do is, let's just do the roofer example. So I want to say roofer near me, or roofer near, you don't have to do me. And then you can add, and then fix my roof. So you can just say fix roof. So you don't have to do my. Fix and roof are separate. So if they type in fix my roof, that fix roof will find it as well. You can say broken roof. So that's a few right there. Now, if you have multiple ones that you want to add, you can add them in bulk by hitting the bulk here. That's just the comma separated. All right, so once you add them, that's when you can actually create the campaign. So let's create this campaign. Oop, we have to add a zip code. So let's just go back to the state here. So Colorado, we'll add some of these. Denver, Thornton, let's do Colorado Springs, some big cities, and Boulder. And now let's create the campaign. Campaign has been created. So this is what it'll look like before you launch it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do to make sure that you're actually getting leads is you're going to want to go to the search volume estimate. This is extremely important. So go here, and this is where it'll actually tell you how many keywords or how many leads you would have gotten in the last 7 days if you would have started this campaign 7 days ago. So we will add the keywords that we want and the target market within this, and then it'll tell us what we would have gotten from the last 7 days. All right, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add the keywords here. Now you can change the keywords in the campaign. So you haven't started the campaign yet, and even when you're in the middle of a campaign, you can change the keywords as well. So once we add the keywords here, we're going to want to hit add. So now they're in here. Then we have the state, the cities, and then we're going to want to click run estimate for the estimator to come up, but we did get the results. So we can see over here, your latest report is ready. So when we scroll down, we're going to take a look at the keywords. So we can see that it was the states and it was within the cities that we looked at. So with these keywords, we did not get very much results. So if we would have launched this campaign exactly 7 days ago, we would have only gotten 5 email addresses and 5 people that were actively searching for fixed roof, broken roof, hail damage, or roof near me, or just roof near. Now, what we would want to do is we want to add more keywords to this. So what are some additional keywords for your client? So maybe it would be something like fix my roof, broken, or yeah, so just a lot more keywords that we might want to take a look at. Roof estimate, roofers, just in general. So any of those keywords, then this is what you'll do is you'll play around with those keywords. So find a bunch of those keywords, add them here, see what kind of results you're getting to have that compare to how many results that you are looking for. So if you're looking for, 100 leads a week and you have the volume and you have the ability and the capacity to reach out to 100 leads per week, then you're going to want to find historical accounts of about 100, for that week. Now, historical performance cannot guarantee future performance, okay? So this is real-time searching. So just because last week there was 4 people doesn't mean that next week there will be 4 people. Now, if today, let's say there was a huge hailstorm in Denver and hail hit really bad all through Denver and all of Denver metropolitan area, well, hail damage or hail damage roof, something like that, those keywords are going to produce a lot more results the next week than it did the previous week when it did not hail. So since this is real time, life events, things that are happening will affect what this looks like. So make sure you find appropriate keywords. Now you can change the keywords during the campaign, all right? So that once you start the campaign, you're not locked in. You can always add more, you can remove them. So once you do have the keywords that you want, you can actually go back to the campaign itself. So after you've tested and found everything that you needed, let's go back to the campaign, and then we can edit it. So if we want to edit it, we can change, maybe I want to add more cities. I want to add different keywords. If you want to add additional information, so you can add more because the price is the same. For this one, that's not going to change anything. So you can add this and then you can update the campaign and then that will it won't relaunch the campaign. It'll continue from then on within that campaign. So yeah, once you have the campaign, then how you actually get the leads, there's two ways to get the leads. You can click here, you can hit export leads, that will show all the leads. And what this looks like is you actually get information about the leads. So what kind of information does this actually look like? So now I'm going to show you an information that I got from a client. So this is information that I got from a client back in March of 2026. So this is an active client that I had at the time. Now I did remove personal information because this video is public and everyone's going to be able to see this. So I removed the last name, the emails, and the phone numbers and the physical addresses. But this was an active campaign that I launched for an actual client. Just to show you, this is the kind of information that you can get from the lead hacker. So we do see when they get the information, we get their address, city, state, zip code, the exact keyword they're using. So this was a client, a personal injury attorney, a client. So these are the keywords that we looked at: local injury attorney, accident attorney, let's see here, injury lawyer, so things like that. So those are the keywords that we represented. Then we can see sometimes we can get the gender. Now again, this is AI, so I'm not going to get all of this information all of the time. I'm looking at public information, and then I'm looking at information that I'm getting from data brokers that I'm actually buying. So this is all legal, obviously not doing anything illegal here. So we get this information, but sometimes I don't get everything. That it is what it is, but I can get a lot of information here. So we can see maybe if they're a homeowner, if they're renting, how long they've been at their place. Maybe I can sometimes get the legal description, how big it is, not all the time. What is their household income? What does that look like? What is their credit score? So potentially looking at their credit score. How many adults, if they have children, what their hobbies are. I mean, we look at social media, things like that. So if somebody posts a lot about books or they post a lot about traveling, we're going to see that they have a travel hobby. We can look at different things. Maybe they're into fitness. I have a lot of gym clients. So if somebody's into fitness, this is a higher value client than somebody that is not into fitness potentially. So again, this is AI, so nothing is perfect. Please understand that. And then we can get a lot more. So are they charitable? What's their census? So things like that. So this is the information that you can expect to get from the leads that you will get from the B2C campaign. Now, I hope this works and I hope this is set up. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do with these leads, which we can go over in different. So we can connect these campaigns to something like an instantly where we can send out emails automatically. We can connect this to Zapier to send these leads to do whatever you want with them. Connect them to your local AI of sorts. You want to send these directly to Meta. Ads to create a campaign and an audience. I'll do some videos on that as well. So you can do whatever you want with these leads. These are yours. Use them appropriately. But again, remember, these are not people that have filled out forms. These are not people that know your brand specifically. These are for marketing reasons, not for direct sales reasons. All right. Thank you. Enjoy. Happy hunting. And I'm here if you ever need anything. All right. Talk to you all later. And